We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. Phillips now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards.
What my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The Broncos at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw on second down. Stockton firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This defense for the Broncos, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Over the middle, complete. It's Griffith. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Hunter. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
When you look at this Bronco defense,
they enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Inside the 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, they matched their opponent's pick 6 from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And, Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Phillips now from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs. But sometimes You need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
2nd down and 8. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
60 Cardinal, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
On 3rd and 2, Stockton. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on. I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. But you look at this Bronco defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 14.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Cougar 19.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stockton. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the 1st half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports.
14.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Harvey. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffith. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete here.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
They'll look to throw again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on a punt for the 1st time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Let's go now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. From the 23, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Looking to throw. Stockton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 21-14.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Come on, come on.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Warrior 70.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
On the set.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. To throw from his end zone. Stockton, he's going to float this one deep right side. Now inside the 25. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now for the point after. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Griffin. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Well, with the problems they've had giving away the football in this 1st half, they've got to be over the moon that this is still a tie ball game. So here's where a quarterback has to move the turnovers to the back of his mind and focus on the present. And that's a good throw there to pick up a 1st down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. And they'll hand off to Hull. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throw left side complete. That's Cooper. Now hang on here, because following that play, it looks like Amari Cooper is in some distress. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Harvey. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
And got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
No problem there on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
On the ready.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Go.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ready, ready.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
70 Ranger. Cup 19. Cup 19. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Stockton.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun. Harvey. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Harvey. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing.
Touchdown, Broncos! A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
First and 10 here. If they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Back to throw. Harvey. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To throw on third down, Harvey. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and a yard.
Operating from the gun, Stockton. Eluding the pressure right. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
He completes it to Hunter. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll run it with Hunter. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Looking to throw. Harvey. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Mustang 19.
Operating from the gun. Stockton. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Let's go now.
At the 44-yard line.
Go.
Back to throw. Stockton. Left side, he finds Pierce. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Hey.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stockton. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 3rd down, Stockton. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, Harvey. He finds his man, complete. It's Griffith. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. Harvey. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 39. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Slide for the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 13.
Broncos 41, Colts 28. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw on 2nd down. Stockton. It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
Bronco 80.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
18 run. 18 run.
The 45-yard line.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Ready.
2nd and 10.
Go, Rig. Go. Ready.
Now Williams running left. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. Bobby Okereke making that tackle. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stockton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Colts are right back in this football game. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
That's taken in by Higgins. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
To throw on 2nd down, Harvey. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
They go play action here on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Colts are right back in this football game.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw on third down, Harvey. And now here's another interception. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. From the 33, here's second down and 7. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 66 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Okay, break. Jack Panther.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They run it again with Williams. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than
Williams loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
On second down, Williams. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
This is 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Harvey flushed out right. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
Here comes 2nd down.
Off play action. Harvey.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Back to throw. Harvey. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Here we go. Cut.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Get it.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception, and we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one.
So for the Broncos, they're not